Hi, everybody. It's me, R G Jubilee again. This is number two in my arts and crafts. We're gonna make some more tweets, little tweets. Uh, I'm gonna show you how to make these beautiful little cardinal birds. We got Connie and we got Goldie here. And by the way, if you joined me last time when I did the penguin, the first one that I did, and we were doing this together. My very first one. This was a brand new one, brand new design that I did live, and this was the first one, the little penguin. Remember, I told some people to give me a name for this penguin. Well, I want to give a shout out to the one and the name that I picked. Yeah, it kind of suits him well. I want to give a shout out to Ivory. Ivory, your name was selected. I'm going to call it Flurry. Pardon me for my bad pronunciation. Like I'm saying, I got to get my top teeth. So some words are hard to pronounce. I apologize if my mouth makes funny sounds when I'm talking. See, okay. But Flurry, I got it right. Flurry. I put the tongue up the teeth so I can pronounce it right. Is the winning name for this little penguin. So Flurry, that's his name. And Flurry will be some of the penguins. I'm going to make a couple of these for Christmas gifts for all my friends. See how many I can make from now until Christmas. And see if we're going to be able to get together so I can deliver them. I just hope this virus will be gone by then. Well, if everybody followed these rules that President Trump has put out, I sent this to the mail. I got this through the mail this morning. And I think it's wonderful. I hope everybody got this through the mail because this is something to look forward to. It tells you how to stop this virus from spreading onward. And please, young kids and youngsters, please listen because you don't want to spread this virus to other people, especially elder people like me and all your parents and your family. You don't want people to die of this lung disease from this bad coronavirus. It's not a good thing. We all have to stay indoors. So try to find ways to occupy yourselves indoors. Use this time creatively, like I'm doing. Go online. Talk to your friends on the computer, like I'm doing. There are so many ways to communicate. I know we have to live in this electronic world. I know we love to hug each other and love each other and do handshakes. But I want to also give another shout out. I just want to change the subject because I just realized I forgot to say something else. When I was asking for the name for the penguin, which I took the name Flurry from Ivory, which was a nice name. Another one came up, and his name is Curtis. Curtis. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Curtis. You gave me the name Seymour and Ren. I don't know if I pronounced the name right. Regnald. I'm not such good reader of names, and I apologize that I'm dyslexic, so it makes it hard for me to pronounce things, and these don't help neither. And it was hard for me to read all the comments on the computer. But Curtis, I like the name Seymour. By the way, when I did the story Little Froggy, the crane's name was Seymour, and I forgot to mention that, and that was a perfect name. You know what? Why I like the name Seymour? Because I had another bird in the group. They never named. I called it Jay, but I needed a better name for him. So, the blue jay that I'm going to show you in the next video how to make him, I'm going to call this guy Seymour. So I shout out to you, Curtis, for the name Seymour for this bird. Okay, so this is going to be little tweet Seymour. So hands up to this other name. I figured the names were beautiful, and it works. Seymour is a great name for him. Next video, we'll be making this. So stay tuned. Now, let's show you how to make these beautiful little cardinals. Okay, these little tweets. Let's tweet these out. We can decorate them for Christmas with candy canes and ribbons and bows. And put those little tags on them and put a little tweet message on it and give them to your friends. Matter of fact, these are fun things to make, to give out on the day times like today. Now, there are two ways that we can do this. Now, these I put lining on the wings. If you want to put lining in your toy, you can add the lining. Some of them I make without the lining. In this video, I'm going to show you how to do it without the lining and with the lining. And also, it's got a tail. And I have a linings on these. And sometimes you can't find a matching fabric. But if you're making it out of plush, you don't really need the lining. You can also make these out of felt, too. But felt is not as fuzzy and better, as good as this. And, of course, you need something fluffy. Because that's what makes the corner. You try to get some kind of long, shaggy plush for the tops of the heads. Because that really makes it, pop. You could also make these in different colors and make your own birds up. I like to see how creative you can be. So I'm going to show you step 1, the pattern, and how to make these little tweets. See how cute they are? Yeah. Tweet, tweet, tweedledee, tweet, tweedledee, tweet, tweet. Okay, now, here's the pattern, everybody. Scan this, take a photograph. Let me get it centered so you can see it. I have to kind of look behind the computer and see if I centered it right. There we go. You can pause it, take a picture, and sketch out the pattern. It's easy to freeze the computer and click a picture. And then insert it into the computer, enlarge it, and print it. Or you could enlarge it on your big computer and trace it. However you can copy the pattern, go ahead and do so. I'm going to hold this for a few more minutes so you can get a good picture. Okay, I'm going to explain this pattern. It looks almost similar to the one that you saw before in the first video we saw it. Here's how it goes. To make these corners, you need to cut one of these out of black. You can use black felt or black plush low pile. This is the face. These are the feet. When I make the red corner, I make the feet out of yellow. When I make the yellow corner, I make these out of orange. The same thing with the beak. This is the beak. You have to cut 2 of these, or one of this. This here's your furry tip of the hair, the puffs that makes the corner. This is out of your shaggy fur, whatever plush you want to use, whatever color. I usually use red on the red bird, and I usually use either orange or gold on yellow bird. Whatever color you can get. You can even use white if you want to. It's up to you. The rest of the bird is cut out of the body color, which bird you want. This you make just one. And this is the back of the head. See, this is what's different from the first pattern. This here is separate. Remember, it was all one piece in the first pattern? Well, in this pattern, it's 2 separate because one part has a shaggy and one part's the low pile plush. I make either red or yellow, depending on which bird you want to make. Or if you want to make one for each bird, either a yellow or a red. This is the body pattern. You make 2 of these. This you have to make 1 for each bird. This you got to make 2 of these for each bird. And this is the body color also. This could be red or yellow. Same thing with the wings. There's 2 of these and 2 of these. The wings are the same color, either yellow or red. 2 of that. The tail, there's 1 of this, either yellow or red. Now, if you want to make a lining, you use whatever kind of lining fabric you want to use, like this. I use like this thin polka dot yellow when I lined the wing, the yellow for the yellow one, and then I use the red for the red. But I'm going to show you how to make it without the lining too, so I'm going to show you in steps of sewing. Okay, so Let's go on to the next step. Okay. After you get your pattern, of course, you cut out your pieces, like, like this. You cut all your pieces out. This is your body. You notice how different it is from the first one? The body in the first one, the first bird looked like this, didn't it? Kind of. You see, this is the center belly piece that was like on the first one, but this is all connected as one. So it actually sews the same way. And of course, what's different in this one, we got a slit in the bottom for the tail. And usually on the first one, the belly and the head was one piece. See? That was all one piece before. Now it's part of the body. It's all one piece on here because the whole body is one color. And when you sew it together, your wings go the same way. You put your wings. Now, when they do the lining of the wings, you would sew your wing inside the slit. See what I'm doing on pattern? You'll sew your wing in the slit here. This will be the back of the wing. It'll be hanging out in the back. See? And this is where your tail is. And see this slit here? See, in this slit, you put the wing. See how it goes? And that's when you put a lining. You sew it that way. Without the lining, you would get your wing. Just fold this in a little here in the front. See, like that on the fabric. And then sew it in. So it will give you a little curve in the front so the wing will pop out. So you don't have to put the lining. It's up to how you want to do it. That's how you'll put the wing on. Once you sew, you'll put your wing on. You would want to sew from the top of the head from this point. See this point here? Down to here. And stop. And then sew from here down to here where the tail goes. And stop. And then later on, you'll turn it open. And you'll put your tail after it's turned and lined or put on. And you'll put your tail into the slit. See, it's got to go that way. See, it would slit in here. And you would sew your tail into that slit. And then you'll have to close. Well, before you sew that tail, and you guys close this and close this little line here from where this bump is. And then you'll sew your tail in here. See? Then you'll get your feet and sew your feet. See your feet? You would sew your feet in here. Where the feet go, you see? Feet will go there. I'm just showing, oops, I lost the pattern. My hands got stuck on there. And then, after all that's done, you would sew this belly up over here. You will sew this up down over here. And then you will sew this. See where this face is? The face will go into where the center of the belly is. And this notch point here will hit into here. And that will sew up to there, see? And your head will go on that way. And it'll be like that. Of course, before you do that, you have to sew your two beaks together. Sew them inside like I showed you in the first one. I'm giving you a rough how the pattern goes so you get a feel of it first. Then when you get your fuzzy top and your bottom, you would sew these two together. And that one piece, wow, this piece is on here like this. Where the seam is from this seam here to seam here, that will go from this point, see this point over here, to the other point on the other side. And you would line this up with this. And this will go into the center of the head, see? And you will go all the way down to the back. Oh, wait, I forgot. I made a mistake. That's why I'm doing this. I forgot to tell you. Leave the back of the head open. Don't close this. Leave this open up here. Got to put this piece in. leave this part open. I made a mistake. I'm doing this on the video. But that was just a layout to show you how the pattern works. Let me show you how it sews together. Now I'm going to do it and show you. Okay, let me see. I see some people talking. Let me see. Why is he saying no? Jason, why are you saying no? I subscribed to you yesterday. You wanted me to subscribe. What's no about? I don't know what you mean by that. Can you say hi? I'm saying hi, Christian. It's very hard for me to see where the computer is. These glasses don't see far distance. They're only good for close-ups. I don't have ones that see far distance. So, pardon me for trying to squint and try to read. It's hard to read and make a project at the same time. So, if I don't respond to you right away, I usually respond after I do the video and close out the recording. Then I play it back, and then I respond back afterwards because it's hard for me to read and to create and tell stories and whatever I'm doing. Let's see. No, goodbye for now. Let's see. Bye for now. I am back. Uh, well, okay, Jason. I don't know what you're talking about, but here I am. Hi. Let's get on with this bird. Chirp, chirp, chirp. Okay, first step. Let me see. I have it all laid out. Now I'm going to show you between a red and a yellow one. I already pre-sewn parts so I can make this video a lot faster than the first one. I'm more ahead on this. That's why I started a little later today because I had to prepare. So after you cut out your toy in the fabric that you want to use, like either red plush, low pile, and I'm making this with pink feet. This one. So you could change the colors too. If you don't have, you can make either pink feet, red feet, black feet, whatever color you want to use. I prefer usually yellow, but I ran out of yellow for this one. Because this is a demo one showing how to sew it, and then the good one I make it with the yellow feet. But you can make pink feet too. And I made this one. I'm going to make a pink beak. Well, your first thing is to get the two parts of your beak, like this here. The two parts of the beak. Taking the orange, you want to make the other one. Your two beaks. You put them together and you sew it like this. Then you turn it inside out and that makes your beak. See? And then you get your head piece and you push your beak through. See what I'm doing? You push your beak through. Then from the back, you get your needle and you sew a loop stitch and you sew from behind this inside. And it will look like this. Let me show you. I got one already done. See, I did the head. It's hard to show you. See, it should look like that. See, you sew it inside, and then your beak is on there. So that's actually step one, how to do it. And try as hard, best you can to not make it crooked. Try to line it up as best you can. And there's your little face of the bird, the beak. Put it up close, you can see. Okay, there you go. Now, the next step is to get your wing. Now, if you want to line your wing, you know how it is. You got to, got the wrong one? Oh, yeah, I got the right one. This is, you make a lining. This one has polka dots on this side, the kind of fabric. And then you get your fuzzy wing. You make them opposite each other. You put them together. You stitch it around. You stitch it around like that, see? And then you would turn your wing, like I turn, see, you do something with the tail. And then you turn them. You gotta do the wings and the tail if you're gonna put a lining. Okay? That's how you would do your bird if you're doing it with the lining. If you don't want to do a lining, let me show you how to do it without the lining. Because some people don't want to do the extra sewing. Some people don't want it. Like, I know a lot of people probably like to make crafts, but they don't like to sew. I get that. If you want to cut corners, there's a corner to cut. You'll get your wing that's unlined, like this one. And the way to do it is you would pinch the front like this, fold it. See what I would fold the unlined wing there. You'll get your body half. You see where the slit is? I would put the wing inside that slit. Now remember, this is the back of your bird. Where this notch is the front where the feet is. And up here is your head part. You would put this, see where the seam is? You'll put this over here and sew your wing in there like that, see? And then you'll stitch it in. Let me click something here, something keeps popping up, I'll get rid of it. And then after you sew that up, it would look like this, see? And that's how the wing goes, that's unlined. You'll do the same thing with the lined wing, but you don't have to fold. When it has a lining, you don't fold it in under. You just sew it on like this. I'll show you. I think I did it on the, no, I didn't do it on the yellow one, but yeah. I'll show you how it goes. Here's the yellow one. Let me get the wing. Of course, after you line it, you got to turn it. And after you turn it inside out, see, get it turned inside out. You'll get your body. Oops, got mixed up here. You'll get your body. And again, the fluffy part of the wing goes on the top. The lining is on the bottom. It goes down where the body is. This is the back of your bird. This is the front of your bird. And you will put this piece, just stick the piece in like that. Let me see, like that. And you just sew it in, like this and this match. And just sew it in like that. And then you will have your wing with the lining on there. And it will look like that when it's done. Okay, so let's get the next step going. If you got all that, let me bring this up a little closer because I'm kind of far away there. There we go. Okay, put this here. We did that one. I showed you that. I'm trying to do. Oh, next step is to get. Oops, where is it? I'm looking for something. I got tangled up here. Next step, after you do that, prepare this. Here's your bottom piece, and here's your fuzzy hair. See the fuzzy hair? When you cut the fuzzy hair, make the fuzzy hair go like towards the back, so that when this is on the head, your fuzz can pop up like that. So you get fuzzy, and try not to cut it, up. See, sometimes I guess this one I cut by accident. See what happens when you cut the hair? It's not so, but it'll be okay because when I sew it, it will still puff up because I will comb it. Sometimes you want to comb it after and puff it up. But, if you get it like that, it's okay. It'll still work. What you'll do is you would put this here, fall down, plush up together, face to face, and you'll sew those two together. See? And after you get them sewn together, it should look like this. See? This is what it looks like. This is what I mean to have the fur up. You see how nice it looks? When you get that nice fur going up and you cut it the right way, how bushy it comes out. And then see, that's the way you want it. See? The fur going in that direction so it can puff out. So this is where your fur goes down. It's the back of your head. It's the top, so your fur pops up on top of your head. That's what makes the Kano so cute. That little bush of hair on top of its head. It's so cute. Okay. Now, once you got all that done, and you decide which way you want to do it, the next step is, here's the body. Leave the back here, like I said, open. See this? Stitch this to the notch. See, it's a notch. And then later you can stitch this. See this? Stitch this all the way here to here. From here to here. And that's what I'm going to do now. Let's see. Get that. Get my needle going. Okay, let me see if I can see. I see a lot of people were talking. I see Jason. I like your little penguins and your smiley face. Yeah, I like the little emojis. Those are cute. Thank you. Shout out. Cute little penguins. I guess you like that penguin. Gonna make one? Are you gonna make one, Jason? I'd like to see you make one and show it up on your site. I subscribe to you. So let me see if you can make one of those penguins, or if you want to make a Cardinal bird like I'm making right now. Let's see. Am I a Chuck E. Cheese fan and a Rocket Fire fan? Oh, yes, I am. I like animatronics. I love when I first went into New York. They never had a Rocket Fire explosion close to where I lived, and I didn't have. It was always in New Jersey and far away, and I wasn't able to go there to get there. And I didn't know where it was, so I always wanted to go to to see the original Rocket Fire explosion because I saw it advertised on TV, and I wanted to go there. But then one day, they opened up a Chuck E. Cheese near where I was able to walk at walking distance to my house when I lived in New York. The first time I went to the Chuck E. Cheese restaurant and I saw the animatronics move, I always loved it. And it was I used to just go there almost every day and hang out and watch the animatronics move. Actually, my favorite ones were a bunch of dogs that were dressed up and they were supposed to be like the Beach Boys. They were the Bugles or something. And I used to stand there and watch those dogs play the songs of the Beach Boys. That was my favorite part. And then, of course, I really wanted to see the other ones. Well, more professional animatronics are the Rocket Fire Explosion. Aaron's animatronics are far better than any of the Chuck E. Cheese ones. The ones that are more like the Rocket Fire ones that move a lot better. You see, the first ones they came out with this half animatronic. It was all cut up. There was no body to it. The very first ones. And all they do is move like this. Hi there, I'm Chuck E. Cheese. Welcome. Hi there, I'm Chuck E. Cheese. Welcome. We're like a robot more. But when they took out the Rocket Fire Explosion and Aaron and Chuck E. Cheese split apart, they took the Rocket Fire Explosion character, which I'm very sad about, and used their mechanics to make them more standard full body versions because they used the Aaron animatronics, which was far better than those. Hi there, I'm Chuck E. Cheese. And they put the cosmetics of the other ones on built legs. But you know what? Even though they were better animatronics and they had more movement, they didn't know how to program them because they still moved the same way. Hi there, I'm Chuck E. Cheese. They used Ralph as Chuck E. Cheese. I am Chuck E. Cheese. I am here. And I'm like, oh boy, what did you do? Those poor guys. That was Ralph the Wolf. He was a far better animatronic. He was the only animatronic in history that had a puppet. He was talking to the puppet with it was like the two characters in one, and that was awesome. And they were lifelike. And puppet going, "I do, I am Earl." And then he used to say things, and then Wolf used to respond. He actually hit the cymbal, and he moved his body, and he was more alive. His ears even wiggled. He was a much better character than what they did to him was. So I'm not too far-fetched a fan of Chuck E. Cheese as I am of Rocket Fire Explosion. But when I was in New York, the only thing I had to see was Chuck E. Cheese. And you know what? The pizza they made there at that Chuck E. Cheese place was... The entertainment was good, but the pizza was... Ew. I bet the pizza they served at what do you call it? Creative engineering was much better when it was a showbiz pizza place. I bet they had better pizza. I'm sure they did because I had better animatronics. Aaron, you know. Now, let's get back to making this bird. I hope that answers your question. I love animatronics, so I'm a fan of all kinds of animatronics. I like collecting animatronic toys and all. one of my most favorite animatronic toys was one when you saw my first live video, the Yoda, the legendary Yoda doll. He's the best animatronic of the hundreds that I had that I got. That is the most lifelike moving. Matter of fact, he moves like one of Aaron's rocket fire explosion characters move. He's great. And also the little animatronic that Aaron made of Billy Bob. It's far better than the actual Chuck E. Cheese characters that they have with the happy bodies. So, and that's my opinion. The animation is more lifelike in Aaron's rocket fire explosion because they're the only animatronics that I've seen that really. The eyes move, the head moves, everything moves, the lights flash, everything moves, the backstage, everything is all synchronized perfect and everything is utilized. It's not one is like this and then one is just moving its arm like this is talking and it's all this is how what's his name? The chef from Chuck E. Cheese. I used beautiful Duke's animatronics that played the drums real good. He was used to beat the beat and everything. And they had him going like this. Hi there, I'm Boss Flurry. I would play the drums like this. He had the ability to play the drums and move around and had him program like this. Larry, come on. It's like comparing a beautiful 14, 15 karat gold diamond with gold in it, a real expensive type diamond. What a piece of Swarovski crystal. No comparison. Well, that's all I wanted to say. Yeah, I mean Pasquale. Yeah, that's it. I couldn't pronounce his name. Pasquale. I'm Italian and I couldn't pronounce it because I don't think I don't got these. Pasquale. I think I pronounced it right. I put my tongue up there. Well, let me get back to the bird, okay? Enough with the animatronics and let's get to the chirping. Now, you get your tail, fuzzy side up. You get your body after you sew the bottom. And you would want to put see the bird? This is where the feet go. And there's the little hole in here. You want to put the bottom side or the side that's lined facing where the feet are going. You want this to face where you're going to put your feet. And you want to stuff this into that little hole. Just stuff it into the hole. See, I'm stuffing it into the hole. I'm stuffing into the hole. Like that. And you'll put the two seams together. And then you would sew this notch closed, which will put your tail inside. See, this is the way it's supposed to look after you turn it. Your fuzzy sides facing the back part where the opening is, and where your feet go, see there, and you see it's this face. So sew that on, and I'll tell you the next step. Let's see, I got that. And I got that. Usually a loop stitch on here is better than a cross stitch. I usually want to stick. I go through this kind of stitch. They go around and around. You grab. Make sure you grab all your fabric. And you go around and around. And around. See? Around and around. Kind of go around and around and get in there. Let me do that. Let's see, guys. There we go. Then we cut that off. You see? That's how your tail goes. And you're supposed to look like that. You should have a finished piece when you turn it right side out that looks like this. Okay, the back of the tail, the point of the wings, the back open, the tummy. See the tummy? Okay, now where this place is, where the feet go, well, let's stick the feet in. That's how that goes. You can put your hand inside, which I'm doing. You get your feet. Now I'm looking for other yellow foot. One of my yellow feet flew away. Oh, there it is. And you want to put your little feet into the slit. See, that's where that little feet's going to go. Now you'll grab it, turn it inside out. And inside here, see, where you got that space, let me click this off because it's in my way. Okay. I keep getting pop-up things. You put one foot there. And you push in the other foot on the other side. Now let me show you something. Once I get it laid out, you want to keep it flat. You should have it looking like this. See where the seam, these two seams are? This should be your middle. One foot should be on this side to the edge. And the other foot here to the edge. And then you can loop sew it again. So I'm going to sew them in place. Of course, you want to keep these even. I have them sticking out so you can see it. But of course, you want to push it down. Make it even like that. And then do the loop stitch. And then do the same on the other side. See? Got to look like that. Let's go do that now. Now with my needle. Oh, there's my needle. Don't want my needle to run away. Okay, let's see. I do the loops. Oop. Got it. Remember to put a knot on the bottom of your needle. That always helpful. Okay. I could do a loop stitch or you could do a straight stitch, whatever you feel comfortable. I could do either one. See, I do the straight stitch, and then you can go in the middle. I do a series. I like to, when I get to the center, where the center seam is, I always like to secure it with a loop stitch because it holds it better in the center. I always do that, and then I go back with a straight stitch. Depends how you feel comfortable. Whatever stitch you want to do that you feel comfortable doing. I'm doing it this way because it speeds up the time it takes to make it. If I have more time, I'm doing this live, so I want to make it fast so you can see what I'm doing. Let's see. I used every drop of thread I had there, and not to the end. I was talking about taking a close claw on it, see? Okay. Now, when you turn it, see how cute? Your little peaties are supposed to look like that. You see the little peaties? It's got his little peaties. It's got his tail. It's got his wings. Oh, look at him. He's getting ready to fly, but he doesn't have a face or a head. That's my head and my face. Well, it's time to show you how to do that. You're almost finished with this birdie, believe it or not. These are easy to sew. They're not hard. They are fun. I mean, this pen is so simple, so anybody could do it. Don't say you can't do it because it's easy done. I made it all one-piece body. And when I show you how to make an owl and a dove, which is using the same exact pattern, I can make two different kinds of birds out of the same pattern, and it's the simpler one. It's basically all one piece. And it's because the face piece is all part of the same. It's all one piece. So it's the same way all the other parts as this does. It's just that the face is connected to the front. You just have to sort the beak in that way. And then the back, the top of the head. Oh, it's simple. And then you can be creative. You can make different birds out of your own out of these. You can make different colors. You can make abstract birds. You can make all kinds of creatures. I'd love to see what kind of creativity you guys can do. Don't just make it this way. It's use your imagination. I gave you the pattern. You can even make different beaks if you want. See this? Like I did a beak like this. If you want to make a toucan, just make a long beak coming down like that. You can make a toucan. Or if you want to make a little pointy, slender beak like a hummingbird, you can do that. It's however you want. There's different color fabrics. You could do a hummingbird. You could change the tail. See the tail? Or I think I put the wrong tail on this bird. I put the wrong tail on my bird. I was supposed to put this one, but that's okay. You can make the tail, and you can make it the way a hummingbird tail goes with the points on the bottom. Cut this in, make it the points. I put an owl. Put the owl. The owl's tail is short like this, like little stubby tails. You can do anything. You can create. You can make this bird your original. I'm just showing you basics how to make a bird. A little tweet that I designed. No, you doggy, you stay here. My doggy wants to get down, making noise. Hey, look at the camera. See, Precious? The camera. See the Precious? You see the Precious. Stay. When you get down, all you're going to do is bark. Once done with the video, I can't concentrate with the noise you make, doggy. Next video, I'm going to have to put you in the other room. And I know you don't want to stay in the other room. She's a good girl. She heard what I said. She don't want the room. She lay down and been quiet. Yeah. Because see, she gets down, she'll just bark and bark and bark. And you won't hear a word I have to say. And then it'll be like, I'll be yelling at her and try and be yelling at you. And I wouldn't want to do that. No, stay doggy. I was just trying to read something on there. Okay, now you get your head. See the head? See this and this? Oops. This is the top. See this? See the head? You turn your head face this way. Where this is point. Top of this point goes here. See? And then this point hits here. See? And then don't move, stay. And then this point, the point here, hits the center here. And the same on the other side until you get to here. So I'm going to sew that on and show you how it looks. Oops, I almost lost my needle. Stay, doggy. Stay. Stay, doggy. Stay. Okay, I'm telling my doggy to stay, everybody. Okay. 2. Okay. Now and then I try to see if anybody's writing to me. I don't see anybody. Oh, it's okay. Now I'm going to go here. How's everybody doing, by the way? I know it's sad that everybody has to stay in their house. You got to be worried about contacting this monster that's out there, this crazy virus. But it's best to be safe than sorry. And pray to the Lord. He'll heal us through. He'll pull us through. My Lord, He's good. He wants us to be together. He wants us to love each other in a time like this. He wants us to get close to each other and close to him. Pray to the Lord that he'll help this virus to go away. Because this virus is an evil one. It's evil. It's bad. It's terrible. It's not a good thing. It's part of the sinful nature of what happened in the creation. One man turned away from God early back in the Adam and Eve days. It comes from the animals, comes from a fallen creation. But you know what? You know the true antidote to this whole thing? Do you know how this virus can be stopped? And give us more time. If only we all humble ourselves. As the Lord says in Isaiah 41, we got to humble ourselves. Get together, love each other. But have no fighting with each other. We got to humble ourselves. We got to turn from our wicked ways, like killing each other and abortion, all those bad things that happen in the world. And protect life and live for life. Life, that's what the Lord wants. Not cats and dogs and people fighting with each other and killing each other. It's terrible. I believe this virus came to give us for us to get together and unite, because the Lord wants us to be in a unity. He wants to get our attention. He loves us. He loves us so much. He's a loving God on one hand. He loves us so much. He created us. He died for us. That's how much love he did. But on the other hand, just as much as he's a loving God, he's also just. He will not let sin go unpunished. And I believe this is happening because of all the sin in the world. And he's trying to wake people up. Because he loves people. He wants people to be together and love each other. He doesn't want a black person to fight with a white person. You know, he created black and white people because just like a yellow and red cardinal, he created the male and female to love each other. He created us all different to love each other, to unite as a family and to be friendly. And then if you made all cardinals and all the birds, it'll be kind of boring, right? You need to have a variety. You need to make a blue jay. You have to have a penguin. It's like we can make different birds out of the same pattern. But right, ain't it nice that everything is different? Ain't it beautiful that the Lord gave us a rainbow of color and we should all love each other. You know, that's what the Lord wants. All creation. He's crying out. He doesn't want this virus to hurt anybody. It's like I was going back to that scripture, Isaiah 41. It says, if his people that love him, people that know him, people that have a relationship with him, not a religion, but people that love him and know him and read his word and study about him and read about the revelation, because that's what we're living in today. And he gave us that book to give us a warning of things yet to come. Also in Matthew 25, he's saying these things that are happening, and that's happening now. And he said what happened 2,000 years ago, what happened when he comes back, is the disciples told him, when is your return? When are you coming back again? Because the Lord said he's coming back again. And he gave these warnings. It's like birth pains of a pregnant woman knows that they're going to have a baby. And as the baby gets closer and closer, the pains get more rapidly. Well, as the Lord's getting closer and closer to come back, all these trials and tribulations are getting more rapidly. All these natural disasters. And this virus is just another warning, because that's what the Lord's saying, Isaiah 41. If my people will humble themselves, turn from their wicked ways, and pray, then I, God, would hear from heaven, and I will renew their land, and also cleanse it of all this disease. That's the way to get rid of the virus, you know. Then the Lord will sweep the virus out, and everybody be happy and be able to live happy ever after. And then, if you love God and you love God's people, Israel, and you stick up for what's right, and you stick up for life, and you stop the innocent slaughter of unborn babies, just like people protect animals like eagle eggs and dolphins and turtles. We got to save the most endangered species of all, the unborn human being. We were created in the image of God. We are much more valuable than the animals. Now let's tell you how beautiful the Lord is. He's created all the animals, all creation, all the trees, all the mountains, all the seas, all the planets, all the life, the sun, the moon, and the stars, everything. For our pleasure, for our enjoyment. That's how much He loves us. He even created us. He created us for His pleasure. And when we live in harmony with God's creation, which is all the animals and all the environment, and we live in harmony with God, which is number one, God first, then creation second, it makes a delight in God. And when we obey, trust in His word, and follow Him, He blesses us. He gives us a blessed life. If we follow His word, He'll bless us. The book, the Bible, is His word. Actually, the Bible, the number one seller in the whole entire world is the Bible, the book of life. Do you know that this is the very first book that the printing press printed? Do you know this is the most popular book in the world? The book that's been selling many, many, many copies everywhere. As much as it's been hated, it's been loved. And if you love God and you love His word and you're obedient to Him, He's got a beautiful, glorious future for all of you. A happy place, a beautiful place. And to enter into that kingdom, you got to be one of His children. You got to be born again, full of the Spirit. Let God be in your heart. Let Him live inside. Invite Him in. Have a unity. A unity is like just to be close in love with the Lord. Just like the boy and girl bird love each other. Goldie and Connie, they love each other, you know. So we have to be like these little birds that we're making. And once we do that, love God and be obedient to His word, you'll see a beautiful future everybody has. He would restore the land. There's going to come a time. If you read, you want to know what the two most beautiful book chapters in the book in the Bible are? Go to Revelation chapter 21 and 22. And if you're obedient to the Lord, that's your future. A most beautiful land. For God is the King, the one and only King. There'll be no more death, no more crying, no more sorrow. We'll all be given a glorified new body. We'll live for eternity. There'll be no more pain, no more dying, no more crying. Isn't that beautiful? We'll be walking on streets of gold, glistening with diamonds and jewels and gems of all kinds. Oh, if you people that love to make jewelry, you can just pick up all the diamonds and jewels you want and make all the jewelry you want. My sister, she loved making jewelry. Maybe I'll do a show on making jewelry next time. I'm sure she will be enjoying those gems. But it's more to than materialism. It's that unity with the Lord. Beautiful, clean, fresh air. A beautiful horizon. A golden city where everything is made of gems and it sparkles and little rainbows of color and light. It's beautiful. You get to see it's awesome. Rippling with life And people say, oh, are there going to be animals in heaven, my dogs and cats? I am sure there's going to be animals in heaven, because when the Lord comes back, he's going to be coming back on a white horse and riding down. So I'm sure God, everything that God created that is good, everything that is good will be in heaven. Anything that's bad and disgusting and nasty, not going to be in heaven. Actually, the evil one, Satan, which was once a beautiful angel, when he was first created, you see, Satan was never, always wasn't, he wasn't meant to be an evil person in the beginning. He was created to be the most beautiful angel, most beautiful creation that the Lord has created in the beginning. Satan was supposed to be the gorgeous, Satan was actually the Lord's best piece of artwork, if you want to put it that way, the best crafted creation that God has ever created. And he was called the guardian. He was the head macho. He was the head angel. But you know what? He got too prideful. And that's one thing that won't be in heaven, pride. Pride is what goes before a fall. Pride is a sin. Don't be prideful. But be proud to be. The only kind of pride that's allowed is to have pride in the Lord. Be proud that the Lord has saved you. And everything that the Lord's gifted and gave you, you can trace everything back to the Lord. He's the creator. He loves us. He's very sad of what's going on in the world today. And believe me, he didn't want this virus to spread out. But if you read the book of Revelation, chapter 6, about pestilence and the virus traveling through the animals, this nasty virus disease, one cell organism, is sweeping over the nation. How could something so tiny, right, kill so many people? Well, you see, it's sin. How could one little sin destroy the whole world? One a little dab of yeast could leaven the whole loaf. See, have some wisdom. Heed the wisdom I'm saying with you. It's very important in these days. I'm not saying this to make you sad. I'm just saying these things to make you glad. So there's a better horizon ahead of all of us who trust in the Lord. This virus is just a shaking and all creation groaning for all of us to return back to the Lord. And America, if you want to be great again, and President Trump is doing it and he doesn't know it, he wants America to turn back to God. If America turns back to God, we'll be great again. And we will prosper. And if we observe the traditional, true Jewish holidays that were given from God to Moses, the Jubilee is one of the most important ones. The Jubilee, that's why I name myself R G Jubilee, because Jesus is the Jubilee. In a Jubilee, every 50 years, the land returns back to its original state. And that's what this earth is going to be when the King of Kings returns back to his original land in Israel. The war that's going on there is that Satan doesn't want the Lord's temple to be built. And that's where the fight's all about. That's why the Democrats are fighting over the Republicans, and there's all this nonsense. It's the fight against powers and principalities. That is why this virus, I think, came in the middle to stop this fight. Wake up. They have to unite. Now, if they would unite and care for one another, have that relationship with God, that relationship with Israel. Oh, there goes a dog. The whole world will have a great unity. Well, as I was saying that, I sewed on the face. Your piece should look like this. We're just about finished, everybody. All we have to do now is get our fuzzy head, and we're going to hear a dog barking in the background, so we'll try to not let that bother me. See where the seam is? The seam over here. See this point over here? You connect this point with that seam, and you go around the head and match it up with that seam. That's how you keep it centered. So let me sew that up and show you how that looks. Let me see if I get to that. Okay. I'll sew that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm counting. 7. That's the number of perfection. That's the number of the years in the Shemitah year. To follow the Jubilee, it's 7 sets of 7 years. That makes 7 sets of 7 years, which is 49 years. Then the year after the 49th year becomes the 50th year, and that's a Jubilee. And in a Jubilee, all the slaves, even the slaves that are captured by sin, will return back to their homeland. And there will be renewed, sin is what the captivity is all about. I'm comparing it, but in those days, there were slave days. But it was symbolic of what's happening. I can say in a way, if you follow it, that's basically what it's related to. Returning back, going back, dying from sin, returning, renewing yourself. Everything gets renewed in the cycle. Because after the 49th year, which is 7 sets of 7 years, and every 7 years, each 7 years is a Sabbath year or Shemitah year. And with each Shemitah year, 7 sets of Shemitah years makes the 49th year. And then after the 49th year, we got next year, which is the Jubilee, which makes the 50th year. And the 50th year, see, every Shemitah, the slaves were set free. So it was 7 times that happened. But in the Jubilee, something special happens. It's a super Shemitah. The land, the groves. See, people would harvest their crops in the cycles of Jubilee. It would be great. Let me tell you something. Even one of God's creations follows the Jubilee. How many of you like bananas? I like bananas. Bananas are beautiful. Bananas are very tasty. Bananas are very healthy for you, too. They're a good source of potassium, and they help your cramps in your joints. Naturally, you get rid of leg cramps and things with bananas and vitamin C, 2 good things, Potassium and magnesium and glucosamine. Those are other good things, too. But see, let me tell you something about in the creation of the banana. Do you know that a banana tree, once planted as a baby, do you know that it takes 7 years, a Shemitah, for it to mature enough to produce its first batch of bananas? I mean, it would probably produce other bananas during that time, but the first batch and the second batch won't be, like little batches. It takes about 7 years for the banana tree to really fully mature and produce a good batch of bananas. When it's fully making those most delicious, scrumptious, tasty bananas, it has to go through the first Shemitah year. Now, the farmers know that to get good bananas, and every 7 years, the bananas are going to be matured. They would plant a row of banana trees 7 years apart from each other. One year, they would plant a whole row of banana trees. The next year, they will plant another row of banana trees. 3rd year, 4th year, 5th year, 6th year, up to the 7th year. And after you do that, you go all the way down to the back like we did before. They'll grow all these rows of banana trees. Once they finish doing that, it'll take about 49 years when they get to that part. By the time they get, well, it would take 7 years. What am I saying? 49 years. It would take 7 years. Pardon me, that phone has an alarm that takes 5 o'clock. 49 years. Oh, no, I got mixed up. I'm talking and I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to read if anybody wrote anything. All right, nobody did. It's 7 years. 1 year, 2 years. They plant a crop of banana trees every 7 years. By the time they finish after 7 years planting the trees, the first row of banana trees are ready to produce their bananas. And they can start harvesting. Then the next year, the next batch produces the bananas, and then they can harvest. Then the next year, the other one group, and it goes on down to 7 years. And by this time, they get down to the last batch. The first batch is ready again. By doing this and planning ahead, they're never going to run out of bananas. They don't have to wait 7 years anymore. See? Ain't that amazing? If they follow the Jubilee cycle, the Jubilean cycle, the Lord will bless you, even your crops. Even God's creation follows the Jubilean cycle. Ain't that wonderful? Take a lesson from the banana tree. And it's also a way of sharing patience also. Now, as you sew that half down, so you get down to the back, and you got that there. See, that's how it looks. I went all the way down. We get a drink. I'm getting dry mouth. Then you go and line up your back and go to your other side. Close it here and sew this up on the other side. Okay? And then it should look like that. Let me close that and I'll show you what to do. We're just about done with this tweet. Let's see, we sew this. And we sew this. Mm-hmm. I just about made it. The amount of sweat I had left underneath her again. Talking about a close estimation. Okay. Okay, everybody. Your birdie, whether it be the yellow one or the red one that you choose, or both, whether it be with lined wings or without lined wings. Your birdie should look like this. See, you got your back open. This is what your birdie looks like inside out. Your bird should all look like this. See, that's sewn like that. You got this in the center. You got this all like that. Now you're ready to turn him inside out. And look at that. And puff up his hair. And look, you got yourself a whole new tweet. Of course, the next step is to stuff him up. I don't know where my stuffing went. Probably moved the bag someplace. But then you stuff them up. Like I said, you can stuff them up with stuffing. And if you don't have stuffing, what I usually do is when I cut out toys, I save scraps of fabric. Let me show you how that works. I'm going to show you on this one. I will take scraps of fabric, see, fuzzies from previous things I cut out. And I would just stuff the bird with that. If I don't have money or I can't get outside and get stuffing, and all I have laying around the house is scraps of fabric that I made when I cut out the toy, and I have paper, scrap, even plastic bags, whatever you have laying around. You can stuff it up with cotton, scraps of fabric, anything that's soft. And you see, stuffing it with fabric, scraps of fabric. See what I'm doing? I'm stuffing it with all these. Why throw this out and make waste in the land? Why, you can recycle and reuse. See, this is called recycling. It would stuff it up with that. And then, of course, close your back. And there you got your little Connell bird. This is it without the lining wings. See just what it looks like without the lining. It's got his fuzzies. It's got his feet. It's got his tail. It's stuffed up with the scraps of fabric. You can't even tell the difference, right? If you didn't know any better, you wouldn't have known that I just recycled some fabric and saved some money that way. Now all you do is you get your wiggly eyes that you like, whatever eyes you want to use. A little hot gun glue, you glue your eyes on. You sew up your back. You put the eyes on, sew up your back, you make a little label, you can put a little tweet on it or what you want to say. You could dress for Christmas with a little candy cane. You can put a ribbon around its neck. You also could put a little string on it like I did. So you can hang it up and it could go flying like it's flying. Hang it on your Christmas tree. Whatever you want to do. And there you go. You got your little tweet. And then if you made a yellow one, you got your yellow little tweet. And that's how you make a pretty Connell. So I hope you had fun with this tutorial and how to make these little birds, these little tweets. And you had a good day today, and I hope everybody's doing fine. If you don't want to grow banana trees, remember, every 7 years, you got to get a banana. Now you know why they cost so much money sometimes in the store when it's out of season. Yep, that's why you have to wait for them. Well, this is R G Jubilee signing off, and hope you have a great day in the Lord. Keep your head up. Look forward to the light. Better things are yet to come. For the Lord is God's kingdom coming. So you have a great day. I love all of you. I love everybody who comments me and everybody who subscribes to my channel. And I'll be praying for everybody. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all crafting. I've learned from you. You learned from me. We share our little joy together, and I have fun. Oh, wait a minute! I forgot to. When I was talking about the 50 years, the Jubilee. Before I go, there's a very special Jubilee coming up. And it has to do with a very special moon mission, Apollo 13. On April 11th, 1970. Was the crew of Apollo 13. That was 50 years ago, which is going to be the Apollo 13 Jubilee. And if you look at my channel, you will see a movie called Apollo 13, The Legacy Lives On. I've been making these cartoons on these astronauts for the past 50 years. So it's going to be a 50-year anniversary of my cartoon of the Apollo 13 astronauts and a 50-year anniversary of the mission. And in April, I'm going to do some special videos dedicated to Apollo 13. So it's something to look forward to on my live R G Jubilee. And we go to Apollo 13 Jubilee. Now, you must wonder why I call Jack Swaggart in the cartoon as Mr. Big Stuff. Well, I'm going to tell you why he got that name. Okay, let me tell you the history behind the cartoon. The reason why I called him Mr. Big Stuff, Really, and it's very funny that a song came out the very same year when I scored him Mr. Big Stuff, which was a song called Mr. Big Stuff. Came out right after I said that. I knocked my head up. And when it came on the radio, I said, I'm going to call him Mr. Big Stuff because in their mission, they always used to joke about Jack because he was big. He was tall. He was the tallest astronaut in those days. They fit inside those little small capsules that they had to squeeze themselves into, the little command module, which is a cone-shaped vehicle. Matter of fact, maybe on my next video in honor of Apollo 13, I'm going to show you how to make a little stuffed up command module for Apollo 13, or maybe a model or something. I'm trying to figure it out. Tell you how to make it, maybe that paper or a stuffed up one. Or I got to plan that patent. I got a patent that I did make one that I gave Jim Lovell many years ago, and he loved it. Yeah, I had the honor to see Jim Lovell and Fred Hayes too, but I never got to see Jack Swaggart, which is the one I'm talking about right now. How he got the name Big Stuff. Well, one day I will see him in heaven. I hope and pray that we'll be together and have a good day. But this astronaut wasn't meant to be on this mission in the first place. So he had the right stuff. You see, Kim Manley was exposed to German measles. That's the funniest thing, too. During the Apollo 13, there was a virus going around, the German measles. What's the chances of that, huh? Maybe, was like, okay. But it wasn't that bad because it was under control. People knew it was there. And they were able to treat it, so it wasn't bad. People, what was the best thing? Stay away. So Kim Manley, because he was exposed to the German measles, just like you people that get exposed to this coronavirus, should stay in quarantine. Take a lesson from the astronauts. Stay in quarantine so you don't have cause the infection to spread to somebody else. That's why Kim Manley had to be separated from the group, so the other two astronauts didn't get sick, like Jim Lovell and Fred Hayes. So Jack Swaggart, who had the right stuff for the mission, was a fill-in astronaut. He wasn't really supposed to be on this mission, but he had the right stuff. And the reason why I say he had the right stuff is because he studied the command module and everything inside out, everything that could go wrong with a command module. He wrote a book on what to do when things go wrong. So he really did have a great brain, a great mind. Even though he didn't train for the years ahead, for the mission a year ahead, he had enough knowledge to go and get this mission done. He was the right stuff. And I believe he was chosen from God for such a time as this. It goes to show you how the Lord can change your plans, but you don't realize how these plans can be changed for the good. See, Kim Manley was down on the bottom. He was still part of the mission. He was working in a simulator, doing all kinds of simulations, how to help the astronauts to get back after they had that explosion. So the Apollo 13 mission turned from a moon voyage to a rescue mission. Another disaster. But by the grace of God, and because God brought Jack Swaggart up there, who had the knowledge of how to do things, he was a mathematical genius. Mission Control was doing on a simulator with Kim Manley about when to fire the outward burn, which is the burn that would be fired. See, they only have so much fuel, so they had to use as little fuel as they can to get them home as fast as they can. And they needed that boost to get them as fast as they can because the oxygen and food supply and everything was running low. And they had to have enough battery power and stuff to get back. But Jack, because he was a mathematical genius, he knew what to do when things go wrong. He suggested after the Manley tried all the things that NASA was telling him in the simulator, and it didn't work right and it didn't get enough time. Jack was right. He said, you know what? Instead of firing the outward burn as you're coming out from the backside of the moon, after you come out from the backside of the moon, why don't you fire it as you're coming outside of the backside of the moon? That one little adjustment saved them I think it was about 9 or 12 hours to get them home faster. Because you see, with the gravitational pull of the moon and the speed of the capsule it was traveling in, it took the extra boost of the turn, and then when they fired the engine, zoomed it across. That extra push, like got him home in time, just in time. That one maneuver, because Jack Swaggart was there that suggested that. Kim Allen tried it out in the simulator. And Mission Control tried it out. It was a go. And I guess because of that, they got home. So he had the right stuff. That's where he gets the name Stuff from. The right stuff. And actually, the funniest thing, too, after the Apollo 13 mission, they came out a movie called The Right Stuff, and I knocked my head off. And I didn't know at that time, because I was young, I was 11 years old. I didn't know that's what they called the astronauts when they were training, that they had the right stuff. So and then I realized that, oh, okay. And I just called him right stuff, because I understood he had the right stuff. He had the knowledge, He got that right stuff up there, And then I can say, and Jack Swaggart was the tallest astronaut to fit in a small little capsule. And they used to make fun of him. He's so big. I used to call him Big Jack, Big Jack. And Big Jack is where he got the big from. So you put big and you put stuff together. What do you get? Big stuff. And what you get? The song comes out after that. Mr. Big Stuff. It was meant to be. And then later on, I found out they used to joke about Jack, because Jack Swaggart, his Swaggart was his last name, Swaggart, and they used to call him Big Swag. I found out that new nickname. They had names for all the jokey names. Jim was called Jimmo. Fred was called Fredo. And I guess Jack was called Big Swag or Big Jack. See, for some strange reason, Jack Swaggart got two names. So that's how we got him to be called Mr. Big Stuff. And you must wonder, why am I so into Apollo 13? Well, it's a test of faith. See, it took the power of prayer that got them home. The whole world prayed at that moment when Mission Control couldn't do all they could do. They did all right after Mission Control did all they can do, and the machinery did all it was able to do. The last crucial seconds of the mission, as they were hitting into the atmosphere, was crucial. If they missed their trajectory, they could have bounced off and wound up being around in orbit forever, like the satellites, and would have never made it back home and died in space. Or if they came in too steep, they would have burned up like a meteor or a comet or whatever, more bright shooting star, whatever you want to call it. But because of the power of prayer, and they didn't have no control of that. They were hoping that their calculations were right. It was by faith. Well, everybody at that moment during the splashdown time prayed in unity. The whole world prayed in unity to the Lord. Please, Lord, please bring our astronauts back home. The president suggested that, and that's what everybody did. The whole world was silent for that moment. Looking to the heavens for the return of Apollo 13. And when it did come, there was a big rejoice. It's the same thing with the virus right now. We are getting closer and closer to the end of the mission. We're looking up to the heavens for the soon return of the King. Where all this bad stuff will be gone and it all turn to good. And a big celebration of Jubilee. And let me tell you why Apollo 13 became. Let me tell you another funny thing before I hang up. It's funny that I got no teeth right now. And I was supposed to get my dentures at the end of the month, but because of the coronavirus, I can't go out to dentists or any doctors, and because of the spread of this virus, and I didn't want to get sick. And they put your hands in the mouth, and they're gonna have to drill and do big. And they, so it's safe to stay home and wait a little bit longer. So I had to wait in the dentist when the dentist reopens and everything is back to normal. I'm sure they got my chompers getting ready. Can't wait to get them, and then I can smile in the next video and you'll see my big smile again. When I was a little kid, about 11 years old, I had to go to the dentist in my neighborhood. I was in New York at the time. And I was, I had a cavity in my mouth, and it was so bad. And I was scared. It was after the Apollo 13 mission was over. I started getting this infection in my tooth. It was towards the end, after the mission was all done. And I got home and it was a celebration. But it was a week after they got, about less than a week after they got home. And I'm over here hurting. And then I finally said, okay, we're going to the dentist. And okay, I'll go to the dentist. I go to the dentist. And I'm sitting down in the doctor's office. And you know me, I was really glued to the assets. I 24/7 look at the assets. I have to turn around. You know how dentist offices have magazines? Show you. You see there? In the dentist office, you know how they have magazines and everything laying around? I turn around and I see this magazine, this Newsweek magazine. And what you see is on the cover? It's the 3 astronauts. The Apollo 13 astronauts. See, this is my original picture. I got it though. The dentist was so kind that he gave it to me. And it was this picture. It's a little beat up and worn out, but I love it because it's the original. I found a brand new magazine, much in the condition that I got of it later on. But this here picture here is what inspired me to make the Apollo 13 astronaut cartoon 50 years ago. And it's Biggie's Jubilee. And you know what's the funniest thing too? Big Stuff never had it easy. That's why in the cartoon he always gets picked on. I know somebody, when they had this magazine and the thing, somebody put a drink on him and he got messed up. So he had a hard time from the beginning. That's how I got the fun of giving him that. And look at that expression on that face. If you can make it out. Like, why did you do that to me? Oh. It's Big Swaggle, Swig Swaggle, Mr. Big Stuff. That's Jim Lobo, and that's Fred Hayes. So I just still look at my Apollo 13, The Legacy Lives on cartoon. You'll see how the personality of these funny guys grew on me and how wonderful it's been. And later on, I started collecting pictures. I got another magazine. It has a big picture of Jim Lobo on the cover. Look at that smile. Well, Jim Lobo, I don't know if he is some which I get there. See that big smile with those big front teeth? Can't wait to get mine. Well, this is R G Jubilee saying bye for now. Until my next video. In my next video, I'll show you how to make this blue jay. And it's just almost exactly like the Kano. Hey, everybody. What do you think the difference is in these two patterns? What different thing do I have to show you that makes these different from each other? Pretty much they sew the same way, but there was only one difference that sets them apart. And if you could figure that one out, let me know. Actually, leave your comments on my RG Jubilee page on YouTube channel or on my Facebook. And then I'll get back to you when I go on air. It makes it a lot easier for me to read. Well, until then, you have a wonderful day. And keep on crafting, and look up, for things are going to turn out to be good. Even when things happen bad, right? You never know when there's a disaster going to happen. The Lord will pull you through. Be like Apollo 13. We're all going to pull through this virus together. Yep, we sure are. Oh, this is RG Jubilee saying bye.